Thank you, Chairman Gonzalez and other distinguished members of the committee. Good afternoon, and thank you for inviting me here today to share with you my experience and challenges with Medicare regulations that are not keeping pace with and hampering the evolution of medical technology and personalized medicine in the United States. RedPath Integrated Pathology is a genomics-based cancer diagnostics company located in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. RedPath operates as a fully accredited laboratory providing complex testing services that help oncologists and pathologists to resolve indeterminate cancer diagnoses and shape cancer treatment plans. Our test, Pathfinder TG, is based upon a powerful proprietary technology platform that was under development for 15 years prior to commercialization. It is clinically validated with strong peer review and support and is used by clinicians in major cancer centers, including many of the major National Comprehensive Cancer Network cancer centers in the United States. Pathfinder TG allows earlier and more informed diagnosis of cancers, such as pancreatic cancer, a cancer that has historically been very difficult to diagnose and is very aggressive. When suspected, but not definitively diagnosed, physicians typically have two options: watch and wait to see whether in fact cancer develops over time, or remove major portions of the patient's pancreas to definitively limit the spread of cancer. Neither is without serious consequence. Because of the aggressive nature of this cancer, waiting and therefore delaying treatment can have fatal results. However, removing major portions of the patient's pancreas out of an abundance of caution also has grave implications, including significant surgical morbidity as well as long-term consequences, such as leaving the patient with insulin-dependent diabetes. By providing a definitive diagnosis, Pathfinder TG provides information that can help to preserve the patient's quality of life while assisting physicians in selecting an appropriate, timely, and cost-effective treatment plan. RedPath is part of a small but growing industry that is translating knowledge gained from the Human Genome Project into clinical practice by providing treatments that are tailored to individual patients based on their DNA and specific molecular character of their disease. By understanding the molecular nature of disease, new technologies increasingly allow clinicians and patients to pick individually appropriate treatment options rather than basing treatment choices on broad assessments of what works best for a population. RedPath also is one of several new technologically based companies providing job growth for southwestern Pennsylvania as its economy shifts from manufacturing and service to a life science and robotics industry. In just 4 years, we have grown to 51 employees, and as is the case with most life sciences companies, our workforce is highly educated and well compensated. We're not just providing jobs, but better quality jobs to our region. As you can imagine, ours is a highly regulated industry, and rightly so. Poor quality is not an option. Lives hang in the balance. It is important, in fact necessary, that federal and state authorities and non-governmental accreditation organizations provide rigorous oversight of our research methodologies, processes, and outcomes. However, it is likewise necessary that all regulatory regimes keep pace with the rapidly evolving world. Medicare State of Service regulation generally provides that any test furnished within 14 days after the patient's discharge from a hospital is deemed to have been performed on the day the specimen was collected, for example, when the blood was drawn or tissue biopsied. This makes no sense given that the Pathfinder TG and other specialized laboratory tests are typically performed and reported to the treating physician after the patient has left the hospital. Hospitals are encouraging physicians to delay ordering these tests until after the 14 days. Imagine, if you will, that you or someone you loved is faced with a suspicion of pancreatic cancer. After the biopsy, it can take 2 to 3 days to get the initial pathology. Then the hospital would decide to hold the test for 14 days. RedPath's Pathfinder takes 5 days. It can conceivably be 3 to 4 weeks before you have an answer, with tremendous anxiety and potentially negative impact on the outcome. CMS almost certainly did not intend for Medicare's date of service rule to restrict access to specialized in vitro diagnostic tests as it does. Nonetheless, the rule remains in place. We appreciate the agency's willingness to meet with us, which they have, and review these serious issues, and we remain hopeful that CMS will propose a new remedy for this problem. I applaud this subcommittee for studying and focusing attention on this important area and implore CMS to remove this impediment to the promise of personalized medicine. Again, thank you for inviting me here today and for listening to my statement. I would be delighted to take questions.